Hey guys, welcome back. Today I wanted to do a little video about my table saw. In the past it has given me a few issues that I learned how to solve. I searched in YouTube for any kind of tutorial or any kind of clue that could help me figure it out, and I didn't find it. Maybe at this point in time there is a video already doing this. I don't know, but I've been wanting to do this for a while. So I wanted to show you what I did, and I hope it helps you in the future because it could be very frustrating. So let me tell you what's going on. I have an RTS21G and an RTS21, which is the table saw for Ryobi, which is the larger one, not the little one. It's a contractor saw and is the bigger model, the one that has the extended table to the right and to the back. And it is a very good saw. For me, it has gotten me out of big things. I do precision things. As long as you know how to use it, as long as you know what you're doing, you should be good. If you are starting in woodworking and you want a cheap option that is good quality, I certainly recommend this. There is going to be other ones that probably have a little bit better quality. However, this one gives you everything you need to start woodworking. Later on, if you think you will need something better because you're getting into maybe building cabinets or maybe even better furniture, because I mean with this table you can do pretty good furniture if you know how to use it. Then later on you can think of maybe a saw stop or something more professional if you have the space. If you have, then that is fantastic. But unfortunately, I don't have that option. Bottom line, this table saw, I'll show it to you in a minute. It is a pretty good saw. I recommend it, and I hope that what I have here helps you out. This is what the table saw looks like. This area right here, it's an extended table that allows your fence to go a little bit further down. I don't remember exactly what the maximum capacity it is, but it's a pretty good one, and you normally don't do cuts that big. If you have something too long, you would probably cut it with a circular saw, or you'll find any other ways to do it. Again, if you're going to be doing longer cuts like that, then you probably are doing bigger projects that require something else. Like, one of the challenges that you're going to encounter with this is that this insert right here. Okay, so this is the insert, the throat plate for the table, so the original one, and as you can see, is very thin. It is really not bad. However, this gap right here is too big, so you wouldn't be able to cut long, small pieces unless you have a zero clearance plate, which is hard to find a way to do it. Or at least it was hard for me to find a way to actually put this over here. If you have a table saw sled, those are very helpful, but when you need to cut a little piece of wood that is very long, you're not going to be able to use any of the sleds for that. So it is important that you have a zero clearance plate right here. The way that I solved that problem was by actually by accident. I realized that a eighth of an inch plywood was the exact size over here. At that moment, I didn't have a planer, so I couldn't do something precise that could give me a completely zero clearance over here. And I just came up with this by accident. Let me show you a little bit of a little piece of that. This is the little piece of 8-inch plywood that actually fits in here very well. I don't have a way to hold it down, so what I do is I put a piece of tape. It's not a big deal as long as it stays in place. If you don't have a way to hold it, this will fly out to you. especially if it doesn't have nothing cut yet. You're gonna need to hold it down. You can hold it down with the table saw what you're cutting it, but then you're gonna need a way to extend that as well for the riving knife. I've used it without the riving knife and I'm comfortable without it, and you don't want to get hurt. So you want to make sure that you extend that slot so the riving knife can come up. But anyway, that's the blade that I came up with, and let me show you what I did. I actually glued something else on the back to make it a little bit more stiff and more durable, because if it's just this bends and it has some give right there, so it can make something bigger would be better, because you just need to clear this area right here. And as you see right here, there's really not that big of a space where you can put a bigger or thicker material. So 8-inch plywood is just the perfect height and the perfect thickness for this. Once you make your plates, I would recommend making several of them. It's been very helpful to have the zero clearance plate over here, because it could be very dangerous if something falls in, or if the piece that you're trying to cut just drops in. It could be just very frightening and very dangerous. You can make this is something really cool, because not all the table saws that are this size will take a dado stack. The only limitation is to a 6-inch dado blade. The motor doesn't have enough power to take a 8-inch. I don't use too much thickness on the dado stack, because actually there's another limitation. This I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it right there. So the arbor right there is not too long, so you can't stack a lot of this. I think this one goes up to 3/4 of an inch, but you can only put up to a 1/2 inch, I believe. I don't use it very often. It's there on the wall whenever I need it. And I had so much trouble trying to find this one at the beginning that first I found a used one on eBay, and I bet on it, and I was not sure if I was gonna win it. And at the same time, I found another one that was completely new, still in the case, bet on it, and I ended up winning both of them. So I keep them just in case I need it at some point. And I have, as I said, 2 of these ones. The other one is the one that broke initially. Both of them were working at some point. Right now, the blue one is not working. I'm gonna fix it, but that's another part of the video that I want to share with you. You can also get an original one that is for a dado stack. It's good to have it, but again, it's not a zero clearance one. I have both of them. I even they sent me a replacement once, and I kept it. It's good for regular cuts, but not if you want to do a little bit more of specific and more detail woodworking. So they're good. They get you out of trouble. You can use it perfectly fine, but a zero clearance is much better. You'll see most of people using a table saw use a zero clearance. It is way safer.